The questions in this section are designed to capture sufficient information to classify an individual's educational attainment according to the International Standard Classification of Education, ISKID 2011. Educational attainment is defined as the highest level of education that an individual has successfully completed. This is usually measured with respect to the highest education program successfully completed, which is typically certified by a recognized qualification. It is important to note that the aim of this section is not to record all education programs completed by individuals, just the highest. Additionally, the primary focus should be on the level at which the program is pitched, not on the institutions offering the program. Be careful to note that an institution may offer programs below the level generally expected. For example, an individual may take CSEC or CAPE examinations through a community college. The classification of an individual's educational attainment covers formal and non-formal education programs offered at any stage of a person's life. Both are institutionalized, intentional, and planned, but formal education is planned by public organizations and recognized private bodies. This forms the formal education system of the country, while non-formal education is planned by education providers. Formal and non-formal education covers a variety of education programs that are designed within a national context, such as initial education, regular education, second chance programs, literacy programs, adult education, continuing education, open and distance education, apprenticeships, technical or vocational education, training or special needs education. It is important to note that 1. Persons on holidays from school are to be regarded as attending school, and 2. If a person has recently registered in a program of study but has not actually started, that person should be scored as currently attending school. Scope of ISKID. ISKID serves as a framework to classify educational programs and the resulting qualifications into internationally agreed categories. There are 9 ISKID educational attainment levels. Level 0, less than primary education. Level 1, primary education. Level 2, lower secondary education. Level 3, upper secondary education. Level 4, post-secondary non-tertiary education. Level 5, short cycle tertiary education. Level 6, bachelor's degree or equivalent level. Level 7, master's degree or equivalent tertiary level. Level 8, doctoral degree or equivalent tertiary level. ISKID considers all structured learning programs, education and training together. However, for clarity and ease of scoring responses, particularly about skills training programs, allowances have been made to record attendance at and qualification received in structured skills training program in the subsection 3.5 participation in a structured training program. Skills here refer to practical hands-on programs typically offered by HEART and other such training institutions. Training is intended to capture structured formal and non-formal skills programs that persons participate in. Establishing equivalence. It is likely that a census taker will enumerate persons who studied when the education system in Jamaica was different from what currently exists, or in a foreign education system outside of Jamaica, whether face-to-face or virtually, or who were homeschooled. In such instances, the census taker will be required to probe and establish equivalence in order to select the most appropriate response option on the questionnaire. When probing, the census taker should try to establish the qualification received or expected at the end of the program, or what level of education the person could access having completed the program of study. Let us work through a few scenarios to see how interviews would unfold. Remember that interviews are to be conducted in private. If a census taker visits a household with more than one occupant, the respondent should be advised that some of the questions on the individual questionnaire may be considered sensitive, and as such, it would be best to interview each person privately. If the respondent advises that they are fine with answering the questions in a group setting, then you may proceed to ask the questions.
Have you ever attended school or participated in any structured education program?
Yes, I have.
What is the highest level of education or the school you last attended?
I last attended St. Joseph Teachers College.
And what's the highest qualification you currently have?
I have a teaching diploma.
Are you currently attending an education program?
No, I'm not.
Have you ever attended or participated in any structured training program?
Yes. I did a computer course at Hart.
And what's the highest qualification you received in that training program?
I have a level 4 certificate.
Have you received any other type of training?
No, I've not.
Have you ever attended school or any structured education program?
Yes.
What's the highest level of education or the last school you attended?
So all this questioning necessary for do census? Aye, sir. Back in my day, me no remember them ask so much question, just for count people.
Yes, Grandma. We have to ask all these questions to get an accurate picture of the level of education of the people in the country.
So, like how me stop go school from Wapikil, Philip. You still gonna ask about that?
Yes, I will still have to ask you.
But me never go no fancy school, Me stop go school when me left all age. After that, me no go no more school. In my day, them did have standard A, standard B, and standard C test. And you also did have class 1, class 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Me never make it past class 3 though. How you gonna write down that on your census list now, sir?
Not to worry, Grandma. We can capture all of that information in our system.
We have a table that we use to establish equivalence between past national or foreign programs to the current educational system in Jamaica and the international standard ISCED. So, since you stopped at class 3, that would be equivalent to lower secondary education or ISCED level 2, grade 7 to be exact.
So what about me, who don't really get no formal training, but learn on the job?
When we go through the questions for you, then you can indicate through your answers the level of education that you have attained.
So, for example, I grew up in the country with my mother. I didn't really go to school, so I couldn't read. It's when me turn big man and come town, well, them don't really call it JAMAL no more. They call it Jamaica Foundation for Lifelong Learning. I guess I'm going to learn how to read.
That's okay. Our data collection system makes provisions for instances just like that, and we can still collect the information we need.
Oh, okay. So seeing that I'm a mechanic, I don't have any certificate to verify. I basically learn on the job. Can you capture that in your information?
Yes, that can also be recorded.
What the government are gonna do with all of this information?
And how we so sure the scammer them now get your personal information?
You have nothing to fear. All of your information is kept a secret, and us census takers have to take an oath of secrecy and confidentiality. But to answer your question, Grandma, the government uses this information for policy planning and to help plan for the future.
All right, Mr. Census Taker. Go and ask your questions.